back to my channel. I apologize for the lack of video last week. Recovery from this surgery is taking a lot more out of me than I thought it was going to. As I'm recording this, I'm a week and 2 days post-op, and it's still a challenge sitting up. My incisions are kind of in a funny place where sitting up is a touch painful. Really, any position that isn't laying out flat where there's no pressure on my belly button is difficult. Hi, sweetheart. But I'm slowly getting back to normal, and this week is my first attempt at getting back to my normal routine. It's a little slow going. This was actually supposed to be filmed yesterday, but Mom and I went to the laundromat, and it just took a lot out of me, to be honest with you. But I'm working on it. This week we are diving into the Doctor Who fandom. I hope there are a lot of Whovians watching. Let's get into it. Wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey stuff. Words every Whovian knows, no matter their age. Doctor Who is one of those fandoms that spans the entire world and has millions, if not billions, of members. There are fan fictions all over the place and even a spin-off show, and Alissa is my contribution to the insanity. Doctor Who is summed up as this: a madman with a box. The Doctor is an alien known as a Time Lord who travels around space and time within his TARDIS. TARDIS stands for Time and Relative Dimensions in Space. Basically, if there's a time or place you want to go, it'll take you there. And not just on Earth, but anywhere in the universe. It sounds simple, right? But it's not. But those are the basics. Alissa is one of those characters whose origins I can't remember. I have no idea why I created her, or when, for that matter. She was just one of those characters that kind of appeared. But her creation was an adventure. Alissa, for a while, was a work in progress. I had an idea of how I wanted her to go and what I wanted her to be like, but I was having trouble figuring out how to get her there. Finally, an idea hit me. The TARDIS, the Doctor's time machine, is a sentient being. She feels, she's got one hell of an attitude, but the Doctor is her family, and to an extent, she protects him, like he protects her. We do know she is a she, I promise. But she has watched time and again as the Doctor's various companions have come and gone from his life, come and gone from the TARDIS, and she's watched as he's dealt with it and become more closed off. Thus, Alissa was born, literally. Alissa was created through a time machine's will. The TARDIS was sick of watching people leave the Doctor and wanted someone who would never leave. Alissa appears the moment the TARDIS makes this decision. The moment the TARDIS decides that she's sick of seeing the Doctor alone, Alissa appears just sitting in the TARDIS. Her first memories are of opening her eyes, sitting in the TARDIS. She's about 14 years old when she first appears. Her physical composition, she is a solid figure, but she's made of energy. She has, like the Doctor, his race has two hearts. Alissa also has two hearts. One of hers, though, is drastically smaller than the other. It's kind of like a charge station for the first one. That moment when she opens her eyes, that is when her journey with the Doctor begins. The easiest part of writing Alissa is her noble attitude. She's just like the Doctor and takes no crap from anyone. If you annoy her, if you piss her off, she's gonna let you know. I'm like that. People often say that they put up a mask, they pretend to be someone else, they've created a character for YouTube and everything, and aside from going by a different name, I've never done that. I don't see the point. What you see is what you get with me. I'm talkative, I'm obnoxious, I'm annoying, all things I willingly admit, and it's just who I am. It's just who I am. I see no point in putting up a front. Not to say it's a bad thing for those who do, those people who do create characters and everything, because they're amazing. There are so many channels I watch, where it's, they've created a persona to put out there to the world. I have nothing against them. More power to them for being able to do that. I just have never seen the point for myself. And Alyssa's like that. She has no mask. She has no cover. She will let you know if you do something wrong, if you say something wrong. It's just a lot of my characters have this trait, where it's, you know, it's part of who they are, but with Alissa, it is literally, she is built around that trait. That trait is the core of who she is, and everything else just revolves around it. The hardest part of writing Alissa is the fandom. Doctor Who is one of those shows where the more you try and figure it out, the more confused you're gonna get. And it does make adding your own character very difficult. Like, you know, every time you get a new season, you get a new episode, new characters are added, you know, everything you think you knew is gone out the window. You literally sit there like, what is happening? Did I miss an episode? Did I miss something vital? And it's like, no, you didn't miss anything. This is just where it's going. And it's like, oh, okay, let's rework this entire thing. So it's challenging. It is challenging, but we all know I love a challenge, so I do my best. The thing about Alissa's memories, good and bad, that you have to remember is she knows no world outside of the one she lives in with the Doctor. She doesn't know anything outside of time traveling. She doesn't know anything outside of his companions and him and the TARDIS. She doesn't know anything outside of that for a good long time. It takes time before she finally finds her own way outside of the TARDIS. Obviously, she always comes back because the Doctor is her family, the TARDIS is her mother. But for the longest time, she doesn't know anything outside of that. So her memories and her good and bad memories, they revolve around the Doctor. And for her good memories, there aren't any one that stand out. But anytime the Doctor is truly happy, truly enjoying himself, and therefore Alissa is enjoying herself, those are her best moments. Worst memories gives you a little bit more insight with the Doctor. One thing to know about his race is when their bodies have reached the end of their spans, when they have taken as much damage as they can, they regenerate. Face, body, personality, it all changes, and it's their way of healing. But it's never easy and it's never simple. When you come into the reboot of the Doctor, I've been watching since the beginning. Well, not really since the beginning, but, my family's been watching since the beginning, so I've known Doctor Who since Doctor number 1. But when you come into the reboot, you're in his 9th regeneration, so he's been 8 other people before this. And it's really the last time you see him okay with regenerating. After that, he fights it. He doesn't want to become another person. He doesn't want to have to figure out who he is yet again. And Alissa has to watch as he has this battle each and every time. And it never gets easier for her because he is her family and she's watching him suffer and there's nothing she can do about it. So every regeneration that she's had to witness, except for that one with number 9, is the hardest for her. Those are her worst memories. She doesn't like seeing him suffer. It's terrible for her. As I said, I don't remember Alissa's origin, so her path is a mystery, not just to her, but for me as well. In my mind, though, that makes it more exciting. Not knowing where she's going is half the fun, and the ride is never boring. In my mind, I've done the whole plotting the entire thing, knowing exactly where my character's going and just being surprised by the little things. Like with Heidi, I knew what was going to happen with her. I knew what her end goal was. And I feel it takes away some of the surprise when it comes to writing the character, because I know what's going to happen to her before she knows what's going to happen to her, and it takes something away, where with Alissa and characters like her, I'm experiencing these things with her. The surprises for her are surprises for me. The end goals for her are, the surprise of the end goals for her are surprises for me as well. And it's like I'm learning and evolving with these characters, and that's always fun in my opinion. So that is our character breakdown for Alissa. She does not have a surname because she was created from the will of a time machine, and I don't really know how you surname those guys. So, I'm sure I could come up with something for it, but I just like her to have her name, she's Alissa. Let me know down in the comments below what you think. Let me know down in the comments below if you are a Whovian. Let me know when you joined the Whovian fandom. As I said, my family has been in this since the beginning, and it is just, it's a ride. I mean, 13 doctors. We are on doctor number 13. And, well, if you want to get completely technical, 14, but that is a whole other journey that I won't make you sit through. But that is, you know, and we are finally on our first female doctor, which is amazing, which I'm kind of kicking myself for constantly saying he, but with reference to what I'm talking to, it is the male version of the doctor, so it is okay there. I haven't gotten around to writing Alissa with the female doctor yet, but I am so looking forward to that. Anyway, as always, all of my social media handles will be down in the description below, along with my blog if you want to read the post that goes along with this video. Make sure you hit that like button if you did enjoy the video, along with the subscribe button if you haven't already, and turn on the notification bell so you get notifications every time I upload. Make sure your options for your notifications are on all, so you actually get all notifications, not just for me, but for everyone you follow. And I will see you guys on Wednesday with a Halloween special. Bye!